I have reviewed more than 30 plus resume templates and finalized a resume which got me calls from 25 plus companies including Google, Amazon, Apple, and Meta. But it took me more than 5 years to make a great resume and to maximize the chances of getting shortlisted. Recruiters see hundreds of resumes per day and they will not spend more than 7 seconds to decide if your resume is worth a closer look. So how can your resume stand out from the pile? In this video, I will share some tips and tricks to make your resume shine. Without any delay, let's get into details. ATS Hack. The first thing that happens when you submit your resume to an online job application is that ATS system or the application tracking system picks it up first and then it scans the resume for certain keywords, skills, and other relevant information. In order to pass this stage, optimize your resume with the relevant keywords from the description of the job and use a clear ATS-friendly format resume. An interesting observation while working at Amazon that I witnessed was a resume got filtered by the application tracking system with just a big dump of keywords and without any relevant experience or skills. How interesting is that? Maybe that's the reason companies introduced multiple stages of filtering resumes. After this stage, it will be passed on to HR to check the basic requirements of the job, and then hiring manager will take a deeper look for the relevant experiences. Single pager. The perfect resume should only be one page, especially if you are a fresher or have less than 5 years of experience. Keep it short and clean and use proper spacing and formatting. Try to fit all the relevant experiences in the same page without using buzzwords or by not using long sentences. Use bullet points to describe your projects and don't go beyond 3 lines. Don't add any irrelevant experiences or keywords, something like you're proficient in Microsoft Excel, because no one cares. Finally, proofread the entire resume for spelling and grammatical errors. Make it easy for HR to reach out. Start with a strong title. Include your LinkedIn profile. The aim is to make recruiters look at your profile for longer and get interested. Give them ways to find out more about you. Do the same with GitHub if you have worked on personal projects. Show them where to find the code easily. Making it easy for them to learn more about you is important. Summary and the skill section. Showcase your skills rather than describing yourself in words. I prefer including a summary section at the beginning as it offers recruiters a quick overview of strengths and the years of experience that you got. If you're a recent graduate, you can totally skip this section. In the technical skill section, ensure to list all the programming languages and frameworks that you worked with, starting with your strongest one. In my resume, I listed down programming languages, frameworks, web technologies, databases, and web services. You don't need to include tools that you use regularly in your day-to-day job, such as like Android Studio, Vim, or Visual Studio, as it unnecessarily occupies space on your resume. Work experience is the most crucial section and the core of your resume. You should begin with your most recent job and work backward. This order aids recruiters in seeing your most relevant and the recent experiences first. For each position, include company's name, your job title, and the dates of employment. You can also include internships, especially if you have limited work experience. Ensure this section is tailored to the job that you're applying for. Tell about you, not about your company. Make your experience section about you, not your company or your team. So don't write what your team did or what the application that you worked on is about. Instead, write what you did, how you did it, and what is the impact it made. Start each section with an action word, and here are a few examples of that. Developed, engineered, designed, implemented, optimized, built, reduced, led. So every work experience that you list should answer these three questions. What did you do? How you did it? And what was the result? This section should show your problem-solving skills by highlighting specific problems or the challenges that you faced and how you addressed them. Metrics. One important thing companies value greatly is metrics. They love to measure stuff. For example, saved $3.6 million in revenue per month and implemented a scalable architecture which can handle 10 million events per day. Compare these two sentences. Generated a lot of revenue with new product versus generated 100 million of revenue with the new product. Similarly, consider these sentences. Reduced API latency significantly versus reduced the API latency by 80% from 10 to 2 seconds. Notice how the latter examples are more convincing and tangible. Whenever possible, quantify your bullet points. This not only adds credibility but also provides supporting evidence for your assertions. Education section versus projects section. One common mistake that candidates make in their resumes is putting the education section first. Don't do that, especially if you're already active in the field. Even if you're a student, put experience at the top if you have any internships or similar experiences. If you don't have internships, build personal projects, contribute to open source projects, build mobile applications, etc. And use these projects to showcase your technical contributions and put it before your education section first. Don't forget to add GitHub links for all the projects that you worked on. Remember, you're not applying to a school, you're applying to a company. What do you think is the number one thing that companies look for? Your education or your GPA? No, it's always the work experience. Importance of LinkedIn. Resumes are typically concise, while your LinkedIn profile can provide more comprehensive view of your work projects. Having a LinkedIn profile can significantly increase your chances of landing in an interview. Recruiters actively search for candidates on LinkedIn, and I myself have received more interview opportunities through LinkedIn. If you would like me to create a video on how to optimize your LinkedIn profile, please let me know in the comments. Alright, these are all the tips and tricks that help me to build my resume. Hope it's helpful to you guys as well. I added a link to my resume in the description section, and feel free to reuse this. And do not copy the same. See you in the next one. Cheers.